do one. Google's just super there with the Hangouts. If only they wonderful Hangouts, wonderful. Why did they take the API away for us? It is the Kent Beck Scrum, and we have Nico and Stella and Sam, and I think it's Nico was in first, and I went first last time. So Nico, how are things going with you?
Yeah, I did the deploy to staging, and I did the run of the karma calculator task. But I don't know if finish or not. I don't know, because I just quit with Control C, and I don't know if I kill it or what I did. So I don't know if you wanna check that in the after Scrum or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my report. Yeah.
Anything else blocking you? Any other plans?
Yeah. Plans. Yeah. I have to work on the CSS styles for the pull requests that I've done and on the test also. So,
right.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Good stuff. Thank you, Nico. Stella, how are things going with you? Feel free to update us in the text if your audio's.
I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you. Go right ahead.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So I started working on the bug, the start date, end date.
Oh, yeah.
And so far, let me share my screen a little bit.
When
I try creating, I'm getting there, but I'll still check on what is wrong. Yeah.
All right. So you're a bit stuck on that error. Have you pushed the code into just a sort of a branch and opened a work in progress pull request?
Not yet. I'll do it right now after the Scrum.
Great. Yeah. That's and feel free to share any time, and we can give you then easily sort of give you help on the code. Yes, and I see that Sess has also got a pull request in on local support, which looks like it might. Interesting. Yes. Interesting. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Stella. The comes to me. So what have I been doing? Oh, we had the Elixir mob, which was exciting. It was. Yes, we did more Paranauts stuff, all being discussed in the Paranauts channel. We've got kind of like a it's kind of working at paranauts.org. You can go to paranauts.org and potentially, like, if you know exactly what you're doing, you can end up in a Jitsi with somebody, although we need to set up HTTPS on Paranauts. But yes, exciting stuff. So we're very pleased with we made some good progress there. I think largely by saying we can't get the acceptance test perfectly working, and that's there's a deep philosophical issue there, but I won't go into it right now. After that, I had lunch, and I'm working through the CSS from Code Academy, which I think is quite good actually. That's part that's been prepped for the Odin project, where we were reviewing that on Wednesday morning in the mob. And then I did some private JavaScript coding client work. I am stuck there with like a key down, like I can get click events registered, but key down events are not registering, and I don't know why. And it's closed source, so I can't share it. I hate working closed source. And yeah, now it's the Scrum. And now after that, what are we doing? It's a new members meeting. If any new members are interested in showing up immediately after this Scrum at this new time, I'm trying to adapt to all the new times. And so, yeah, that's about the size of it, isn't it? Yes, so that's our Scrum. Yeah, so Nico was making a suggestion to Stella about each keys using hash keys. I wasn't sure there, Nico, if Stella was showing us code that she'd written, or that was just then like lower down in the in the stack. But yes, hopefully if she's got a pull request in, that might help. Yes, I think that's our Scrum. So I guess, yeah, from your point of view, Nico, whether the Kent Beck Scrum was at this time going forward or was an hour earlier doesn't make too much difference to you either way. It's
no. For me it was. Yeah.
I imagine probably for Stella, I imagine earlier is probably better based on what she said before, but
yeah, if what move an hour earlier, it will be better.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah. Oh, that's our Scrum. Yeah, so next up it's the new members meeting / AV community meeting. So if there are no new members there, we could be talking about the new design for user profiles. If you're free, Nico, if you want to chat about that. I was just looking here actually at this pull request that's coming from Cess, and she's working on a ticket here, which is about like geocoded log messages polluting the test runs. And yeah, I guess I'm just looking at this. She's added a new geocoder config, and I wonder if that will have fixed it. Have you noticed these things? This is low on local support, Nico.
No, I didn't check. I can take a look.
Yeah, I don't mean so much the that particular pull request. I wondered if you'd noticed that the I think that the I forget which it is. Is it test runs? Is it in Cucumber? But so if we run the Cukes on local support, we get these lots of messages in the output. I have at different times I've tried to go through, I did at one point with website 1 managed to purge all of the extraneous information, like all of the deprecation warnings and this, that, and the other. I've got like a blog about it, but it's difficult as we go on. I've always been a bit confused about this geocoder one, but that's an interesting. Yeah, it's interesting if Cess has found a solution there, and that's a good one. I keep on thinking that we've got the whole thing is too complicated, but maybe she's found a simple solution, in which case that's going to be wonderful. Yeah, I'm just going to look at that. Pull request from Musa. He's got some new things in there. He's just resolving the conflicts. Yeah, so so the other thing we were talking about before, Nico, was about performance generally on the main site. And I think it's a lot to do with our repeating events framework on website 1, whereas this is Muso looking at how we might have repeating events on local support. And I think that the ultimate solution would be restructuring it so that we don't calculate events on the fly. If we go to, for example, the events page on Agile Ventures, what it does in order to display this is it takes each of the events, it takes the recurrence rules, it then kind of works out when, like up to like a 6-week horizon or something, each of the events would occur, and then it sort of mashes them all together. So it does it dynamically every time we load this page. So it's sort of, I mean, you can see it. I mean, it didn't take too long to load there for me, but it wasn't super fast. And so in principle, if we kind of like every time an event was edited, we saved that stuff to the database, and then that would mean when we need to display what events are coming up, we only read from the database instead of doing the calculation. In principle, it could be a lot faster. If that makes
it makes sense.
But the site, I think the site performance is probably better than it has been for a while, particularly because I changed it around so that the front page no longer tells you what time, because that was the thing. We were having like 10,000 people. We continue to have 10,000 people hitting the front page, and before when it would say, next event, next Scrum coming up in 2 hours and 3 minutes. In order to work out that time, it would work out the entire event sequence for every of the 10, 15,000 users who were coming to the page every day. So it was like, anyway, so that's, I mean, what I was thinking is, the other thing is, so even before, I mean, the exciting thing would be to get WebSockets in here and stuff. If we could get, then this is something I've been working with Sigu, and you might be interested in. If we can get our own Jitsi server working with screen share, then perhaps we can do a tighter integration of that into the site. And I don't know, there's all sorts of things. But who knows if that's the main thing to focus on. I think your content update thing that you're working on, I think that's going to be a huge improvement for the site to allow us to get things to work. But yes, I've obviously had too much coffee. I'm running off on the mouth. You had said in the after Scrum, which we haven't got much time left for, was that you'd been on stage. Yeah, so you ran the task on staging, but you did Control-C to shut it down. Is that? I mean, it shouldn't. I mean,
it was after some minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it will take. It could take like 20. I mean, I when I ran it on develop, I left it running for like and then I went and made a cup of tea and bagels and came back. And when I came back, it had finished. So you could sort of just leave it running for the hour just to make sure that it finishes. This looks like the old numbers. What I noticed on develop is it did finish running, and then on develop, I'm now. I mean, the interesting thing is, I mean, it doesn't really matter where I am. I feel like I'm losing points. You can see there if we go from there to there, like Sage is. Something's not quite being calculated, but maybe the way it was being calculated was right. Anyway, I don't think it matters. I think as long as we've got a fast process going on, that's the key thing. I think at the moment,
one of the things that Nick told me, it was that the calculations for I don't know if it is a calculation, but when we are getting the Git commits per project, that is also not working well, and he was going to open an issue, or he already did.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think there's a lot of different things to fix to make it all work properly. So, but I think let's just push the fixes out, and we'll deal with the I don't think anybody's particularly hanging on those things. Cool. Okay. Well, I tell you what, it's time for the new members / AV community meeting. Good to see you, Stella. You look forward to seeing that work in progress if you're still stuck, and maybe see some of you in the AV community meeting. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.